Tonight's Instapot meal is going to be homemade chicken and noodle soup. It's a fairly easy recipe and you can kind of add in it whatever kind of things you like. So what we're going to put in is a couple of carrots, some celery that we're going to chop, and one chicken breast. I don't like a whole lot of chicken in mine, but you can add more if you'd like to. And 4 cups of chicken broth. I have some store-bought broth here, and I also have some homemade broth that came from my whole chicken that I made in my Instapot earlier, and I froze it. And then we've got some store-bought noodles, and you can add in anything else. The original recipe called for spinach and some other things that I just don't care for and I'm going to leave out. So you can put in whatever you like, and I'm going to show you what this is going to look like. Okay, we've got everything diced up now. I don't usually put meat and vegetables on the same cutting board, but it's all going in the same pot anyhow, so I thought, what would it hurt? So what we're going to do is we're going to place the carrots, the celery, the chicken, and the broth all in the Instant Pot together. And whatever other vegetables you chose to use. And you don't want to cut your vegetables any smaller than what I had them, or they're going to get mushy. So I made mine a little on the small side. You can cut them quite a bit larger than that if you'd like it like that. So I have 4 cups of broth. My broth is pretty dark because of the spices and seasonings I had in the whole chicken that I made it with. I had about 3 cups and I added about 1 cup of store-bought broth in it. So what you're going to do is you're going to put on the lid and you're going to make sure that the valve is sealed. You're going to turn it away from you toward the back to seal it. And then we're going to hit pressure cook for 5 minutes. It's going to take about 10 minutes to come to pressure, and then it's going to cook for 5 minutes. And when it does, this time we're going to quick release the pressure on the top. So I'll show you how to do that when we get to that point. Okay, my cooking time just completed, so I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to quick release the pressure, which is going to mean turning this valve and all the steam's going to escape. So when that is finished, it'll take a couple of minutes. I'm going to add 1 cup of noodles while I press saute on the pot, and I'm going to cook those noodles to the time according to the package directions. And I'll show you how to do that when this is finished. All right, all the pressure has released. You can tell because the silver circle drops down in. So we can remove the lid and see what we've got in the pot there. My chicken kind of clumped up. I'm going to break that up and stir it. Looks pretty good. I probably should have stirred that up before I pressure cooked it. I would recommend doing that. Stir all that up first. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to press saute, which is going to heat up my pot and it's going to allow me to boil my noodles. So I'm going to add 1 cup of store-bought noodles, and to be honest with you, I'm probably going to add a few more because we like a lot of noodles in ours. I also have some leftover gravy that I froze from another meal, so I think we're going to add that too and maybe thicken up our broth a little bit as we cook our noodles. So I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. All right, the noodles are done boiling. I tasted them. They're just right. You can serve the soup just as it is. I'm going to actually add a little bit of gravy that I had frozen from when I made another meal. It's going to make my broth a little bit better and thicken it up a little bit, make it a little bit creamy. And I will admit I tasted the broth already and it is absolutely delicious. So I think this is a winner. I hope you enjoy. Here's the final product. Dinner is done. I'm going to serve it with some crusty French bread, and we're going to enjoy it on this cold winter evening.